Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today as I grace all of you with video number 2. Yes, if you didn't catch video number 1 earlier on, I will leave a link for you guys right here. Go and check that out where I discuss the very improbable scenario where Dybala could come to Chelsea. Why it's never going to happen and why this guy's got a bigger injury bill than most people have together, all together in every single A&E department in any country that you're from, basically. Dybala's injured 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Non-stop. Obviously, I'm exaggerating, but you get the gist. So go and check that out as well as other stories that happened earlier on. Now we get to the proper bread and butter of the day. It's always part 2 that blows, that kicks off, where all guns are blazing, where there's fireworks, where there's blazes, there's all sorts happening, right? We're going to get into it. Before we do, make sure you catch all of the videos that drop on here. And in order to make sure that you are here for all of those, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded tomorrow. It's preview time. It's Chelsea versus Fulham. We go into that mindset again, the pain. So make sure you guys are going to be here for that. Much appreciated. And we're going to get a little glimpse of what we're heading into right now, because we have an update, we have news, we have certain bits of information coming out in regards to Pochettino. Let's get right into it. I'm going to tell you and show you, does it count as maybe 2 sides of the same coin? Perhaps, maybe. Let's get right into it. Here it is. David Ornstein, earlier on, put the situation, Pochettino, will be reviewed at the end of the season. At that point, he'll be halfway through a 2-year contract. Other than that, we all know this is a results industry and we all know expectations are high at Chelsea. Pause. Good to know, eh? Their aim at the start of the season was to get Champions League qualification. So let's see how they do on that in the second half of the campaign. I don't know if it's not dawned on everyone yet. Yeah, but this has been the scenario for a little while. We ain't making Champions League. I can't believe I'm even mentioning those words. There'll be more chances of pigs flying, right, than seeing Chelsea qualify for the Champions League this season. No chance. It's dead. So if that was the aim, I'm sorry. Mission failed. Already. Do you know what it's going to need to take for Chelsea to possibly get Champions League football? It's going to need Chelsea to basically win every single flipping game that's left in the season. Yeah? Win every game. Win. And hope that teams above from the top 4 and below all drop points. Mate. I have more chance of asking for $1 billion and it arriving at my doorstep tomorrow than that happening. Anyway, Roman, get on the phone. So there's that, right? But he did mention, let's see how they do on that in the second half of the campaign. This is what's going to lead me on to what I'm about to show you now, right? Here's the latest coming from within, it seems. Max London's First, with his sources, have come out and said people inside the club were said to be extremely concerned over the Middlesbrough result. An agent connected to Chelsea, speaking with the guarantee of anonymity, said that there is plenty of dialogue between players and staff over tactics and how they've been asked to play. Chelsea will hold more internal conversations if they lose to Fulham. At least 3 Chelsea players have expressed concern over their role and Pochettino's tactical setup. The club are on the lookout for new signings, but the lack of bids for players on the sell list is causing a delay. Important to note, Igbali controls every decision, and the ownership want to keep Pochettino until the summer at minimum. But things are not currently rosy behind the scenes, that's for sure. Okay. Now we've been hit with some info, right? So what did we learn from that? 1, Igbali does call all the shots. Fantastic, right? We've known that for a while, if I'm honest. And like I said, Not Todd Bowley, Clearlake, Igbali, Feliciano, them. But Igbali is the one who is more hands-on to do with Chelsea FC, even on the footballing side. So Igbali is calling the shots. This is why he's involved in every single little thing. This is why that even jobs that are required from the sporting directors, Igbali is the one making the shots. He's the one that's there with them. He's the one that's just doing it with them as well. It's not how it should be. That's not how it should be. You should have footballing people that you get in, that you trust, that are big enough to do the job themselves, and they produce the results for you. You go and chill on a beach somewhere and come back and just pick up the money at the end of the month, basically. That's basically it. But no, that's not what we do. Anyway, there's that. But Pochettino, like I said before, is done. The writing is on the wall already. Come on, people, listen. We know this script. We've seen this script. We've seen this movie. We've seen this film before. We've made this film before. We've scripted this film before. That's how many times we've seen this. We're basically the script writers at this point. We're not even just the viewers or the directors. Or the producers. We're the script writers. We dictate the narrative now. That's how many times we have seen this scenario happen at this football club. With and without Roman. Let's be honest now. Yeah? When you start hearing things on a footballing level, when you start hearing these sort of things of concerns, tactical confusion, things not being rosy, players addressing their concerns, and then you see the performances and you read the body language, it's so blatant, it's so obvious. This is why last game and the one we lost before, was it the one we lost before? I said Poch is done. It's over. It's over. There is no coming back from this. It's impossible, basically, at this point. You're going to need a miracle worker to try and come and turn this one around with Pochettino here. No chance. The damage is done. So this is why, when I hear, oh no, don't worry, we're going to get a European spot. No. No chance. Absolutely no chance. Because Chelsea will lose more games. Chelsea will have more performances like we saw yesterday. This is why I done the video that I done yesterday. A direct message. Put all the cards out on the table. Let's call it for what it is, and let's try and find an actual way that we're going to move forward, because that's what needs to be done. The truth of the matter is this. Pochettino, whether he gets to the end of the season or he gets till next week, he's getting chopped one way or another, because this is unsustainable. On a manager level, it cannot continue. And people are going to say, it's not all his fault. Understandable. There's players as well. They're not good enough. Understandable. Realistically, like I've said though, he's not the one that's going to take Chelsea to levels with or without a team. He's just not. And neither are these directors. This is why my solution that I came to the table with yesterday was, listen, we need to get rid of these directors. Both sporting directors gone, see you later. Poch gone, see you later. On top of that, listen, if Poch gets chopped, right, you best believe those two directors upstairs have failed. Completely. Because there was a long and exhaustive process, right, in identifying this man as the manager. Because the data, AI Scout must have scouted Pochettino then, because I don't know. So listen, this is going to come to an end one way or another, sooner or later. There are people that go sooner rather than later, and there are people that say no, later rather than sooner. So regardless, it's still going to end in the same way. But when you hear these things, which I have to be honest, I completely agree with. When I hear there's confusion over tactics, there's concerns over their roles and Pochettino's tactical setup, I absolutely agree. Who are the three players, at least three, that have expressed concern over their role and Pochettino's tactical setup? I've got two in mind immediately. The third, I'm not so sure. If I had to guess, and this is my guess, disclaimer, this isn't me telling you who it is, this is me telling you who I think it might be, right? If there were players that are going to, talk about their roles and how disrupted they feel, best believe Levi Colwill has to be one of them, right? And Enzo Fernandez has to be the other, surely. I can't see anyone else that would be concerned over their role unless if they mean instruction, lack of instruction. They don't know what to do. They've not been told what to do, or they've not been told enough detail, or they've not been instructed, to the core of the way to execute an instruction. I don't know. But those are the two names that pop right to my head. The third one for me, possibly Caicedo. Despite him being in the same part of the field, but he is not running in the same way that he was running at Brighton. No way. And again, it is tactical. And there could be concern over that. So that's my guess, honestly, my guess. It could be 3 complete other players, who knows, but that's my guess. But the writing is on the wall. At this point, the writing is on the wall. So it is what it is. Here's more. Things are happening behind the scenes. People are far from happy with Pochettino, and there were serious internal discussions after Middlesbrough. Some players have also complained about tactics and positional placements to the staff. Things aren't good at the moment. How do you want a football team to win games when they're operating like this? And this is why I don't justify the performances that we saw against Preston, for example. Even before that, Palace, Luton, Sheffield United. Those were bad games that went in our favour. But let me tell you this. There's teams at the bottom of the league that get relegated and they have a few games that go in their favour during the season. That's a given. As long as you show up, right, you might catch a bad day for the opposition. You will pick up 3 points. Yeah, that happens. But to do it consistently, properly, on your terms. What do I mean on your terms? It means that you had a plan, you executed it, and you got the result. That's what it means. I don't care if you're playing offensive football, expansive football, defensive football, park the bus football, close the shop football, park the plane, attack with 10 men up top. I don't care. You have a plan. If it worked, you executed it, and it showed, and we got the result. That means you got the result. It doesn't mean the result fell into your lap, because that's what seems to have happened with us in the last few games. Until reality checks like what we saw against Middlesbrough. Unbelievable. And you best believe Chelsea going into a home game with tensions high like this, where things aren't rosy, things are happening behind the scenes, people are not happy, it's only going to go one way. What do you think is going to happen on Saturday? I'll tell you what I think on the preview tomorrow. Make sure you're here for that. Now, that's the latest with Pochettino, the team and whatnot. Then we got fed a lot of PR, right? We got fed PR. I want to say this is PR. For once, I actually want to look at this, what I'm about to show you, and say, please be PR. Check this out. Chelsea are interested in Evan Ferguson, but Brighton do not want to sell. Honestly. Chelsea are long-term admirers of Brighton teenager Evan Ferguson, who could cost more than £100 million. Listen. I refuse. I refuse to believe this is true. Nizar Kinsella, you have come up with a lie. I refuse. This is not true. Nah, I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting this one. Nah, it can't be. There is no one in their right minds, yeah, that surely at this point we go back to Brighton after everything we've been through with those lot, yeah? With those seagulls. After everything we've been through with them, after the amount of times they've scammed us over, the amount of times they've done us over, the amount of times that they decided to play poker with us, we're going to go back in with another 100 million to give to them. What are we? Are we their bank account? When they want to withdraw money, they just come to Chelsea, PIN number, can we have 100 million please? Thank you very much. And then they walk off. Is that what we are to them? Are we their bank? The amount of money we've given them is inexcusable. Yeah, at this point, listen, we can't surely be going in for another 100 million. We can't. No, this isn't true. Nizar Kinsella, you have released this to trigger me and trigger all of us. That's the consensus I've come to. I refuse to believe this is true. Unless if Chelsea are actually interested and they want to gauge public opinion. If that's the intention, Chelsea want to get this out so then they can see what the reaction is going to be. Let me give you the reaction. Chelsea, you're brain dead. Don't do it. You bunch of clowns. If you're actually thinking of going to do this, what is in your brains? What's in your heads? Concrete? Bricks? Or is it hollow? Conk. There's nothing in there. Just air. You just got air in there. What are we doing? And Evan Ferguson. Good striker. But come on, 100 million. And from Brighton. No, I'm not doing it, man. I'm not doing it. Get out of here. It can't be true. It can't be true. I refuse. So that's that. If they want public reaction, if that was the intention, they want to hear public reaction, they've got public reaction. If you do that, I swear, we're kicking off. We're kicking off. You best believe at that point, you reap what you sow, mate. So the last bit of news is an interesting one. And again, we go back and we talk about PR, right? And we talk about things like that. Well, we have an update in relation to Nkunku. Christopher Nkunku not in training pictures again today. Interesting. Today's Thursday, by the way, just in case people have not been counting the days, yeah? TikTok. Oh, Thursday's finished. Oh, did Nkunku train? Nope, not yet. Oh, what's tomorrow? Friday. When do Chelsea play? Saturday. Oh, what time? 12:30 noon. 12:30 kickoff. Early kickoff. If I'm not mistaken, that game is 36 hours away. Well, a bit over. If I'm calculating properly, 40 hours. It's exactly 40 hours away. That game is exactly 40 hours away. Nkunku's not even trained yet. People think he's going to be fit for Fulham. So, let's show you what Darko had to say. Big up Darko. The French journalist and Santa Claus fella hiding the truth. And we all know why, to distract you all and make you think Nkunku is the saviour. Nkunku can't walk properly at the moment, by the way. And he's put hashtag Poch out because he wants Pochettino gone. Fair enough. That's tweeting that no Nkunku in training again. Him and Lavia have disappeared into thin air again. They've not disappeared into thin air. Respectfully. Big up to Will. Respectfully, that's not the case. Rahman Osman told all of us this. Said that Nkunku was going to be out between 2 to 3 weeks. Then the French journalist came out and said, no, it's a precaution. He's fine. He could be fit for Middlesbrough, and if he's not, then Fulham. Well. Look what's happened. Unbelievable, eh? Nkunku's not playing either. Brilliant. Rahman Osman was spot on. But why I am saying this is because I saw the reaction immediately after the French journalists posted what they posted. Everyone went to Rahman Osman and attacked him and called him a fraud. Like everyone. He was getting blitzed to the point where he had to remove the initial tweet because he was getting blitzed with fraud, your disc, abuse, this, that and the other, and his information was correct. And I've told you guys, he's club connected. He's new, he's fresh on the block. He's club connected. But he's not been there long enough to be able to just try and swing any sort of story that he feels is going to be the club narrative. Like, no, he's genuine and he's put out something that he knows has come from a good place from within. That's why I was so sure when I saw the news. I'm like, he's out for 2 to 3 weeks. And lo and behold, how long has it been? And he's still out. He's not even trained. Now, after the Fulham game, after this, we've got a break. Our next game is Middlesbrough, second leg on the 24th. That is just under 2 weeks away. So, there's a break. He will be ready for that game. Nkunku will be there for the second leg. Best believe. And if he's not, well, then you know, flipping, it wasn't just he's not fine. He had something serious. But right now, he's injured. And best believe, if Pochettino had him available, he'd play him. Of course he would. He'd have him in the squad. He's not even trained. Best believe, he's injured. He's injured. He's not fine. He's injured. So the point and the moral of the story is, identify the PR when it comes at you. That's basically it. Identify it. Because there are stories flung out in order to just maybe calm the fan base and give them a false hope. Give them a false incentive to cling on to, when in reality, that's not actually the case. So it's almost like how yesterday, I pinpointed that immediately after we lose every single game, it's funny, the next day we start getting Osimhen stories, release clauses, spending money, 200 million in the bank account. We start getting all of it at once. It's unbelievable the way that it's done. It's done on purpose. It's done intentionally. And it's happened too many times for me not to notice. And for us not to notice. It's obvious now. Like, it's PR. It's PR. So you have to know when it's hitting you in the face, basically. So there we are. Nkunku's out. Let me know your thoughts down below. Much appreciated. And also, by the way, just on a side note, in relation to Nkunku, it is worrying. At this point, this is getting pretty crazy now. The amount of injuries we're seeing is pretty mad. It's pretty mad. So, does it change if we get Poch gone? Does it not? Is it a club issue? Is it a medical department? Is it Poch's training method? There seems to be more evidence creeping in time by time now that it seems to be Pochettino and what he's doing. It's too intensive. It could be. Unfortunately, the players are not built like machines in the way that they used to be before. So if you want to build them up into machines, you might have to maybe bring it down in order to bring it back up again. Go one step backwards to go 5 steps forward, basically, if you know what I mean. You're going to have to give them some sort of a little breather, a little bit of rest, and then go hard on them later when they've all recovered from their injuries. I don't know. So, yeah, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new one. Let me know everything that you've had to say. And tomorrow is the preview for Chelsea versus Fulham. It's going to be an interesting one. The fallout from all of this information, oh boy, predicting what's going to happen on Saturday. Oh, you know what? It's not going to be difficult, but it's going to be hard to say. So be there for that. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Smash the like button if you've enjoyed this. See you tomorrow. Have a good one in a bit, people. Take care and peace.